Hey everybody, Lord Nolife here, also known as Benjamin, and welcome to the Nolife Series. Now that we've finished up our first skill to 99, I feel that this is a good time for me to pause and explain the rules and concepts of my channel, in case that you're a new viewer. And chances are that you are a new viewer, because my channel has actually seen a quote-unquote big development in the recent weeks. So what is the Nolife Series? The Nolife Series is a concept I developed where one must level one skill at a time to 99 before moving on to the next skill. This skill must then be 99 before moving on to the next, and so on until you are eventually a maxed account. Once a skill is 99 however, it becomes unlocked, meaning that I can use that skill and my new current skill as much as I like. Thus, more and more skills become unlocked as I get them to 99. Now, these rules applies for all skills except all the combat skills. Now, how do we define a combat skill? I've chosen to define it as a skill that contributes to your combat level. This means that strength, attack, defense, hit points, prayer, ranged and magic is all considered one skill. Now, what does this mean, you might ask? It means that I can train them in any order and without maxing one before moving to the next one. However, if I start any of the combat skills, I must max all of the combat skills before I can move on to a non-combat skill. The only thing that I can actually do differently is that I can train them all individually. So say I could get strength to 60 and then I could get attack to 45, whatever, just an example, as long as they all end up at 99 before I move on to a non-combat skill. Now, what about quests? Simply put, I can only do a quest if it gives EXP to either my current skill or a skill I already have to 99 or a combination of the two. If the quest requires me to say, I don't know, kill a monster before I've maxed my combat skills, well, unless there's a clever way to circumvent this, like using rings of recoil, then I can't do it before I've started or finished my combat skills. These are the basic rules of the Nolife series. Alright guys, so let's move on to the good stuff. Hunter. Hunter is our next skill that I've chosen to max out. And I've started out quite lightly with the skill. It's only been one day of doing Hunter and I don't know, I'm still coming down from actually getting 99 agility. It feels extremely weird actually doing something on RuneScape other than running on rooftops. I actually ran around a bit bewildered in the beginning because I'd actually somewhat forgotten where stuff was. Yep, that agility toll. But I guess that's what you get for doing the same thing for over 5 weeks straight. Normally when you level up Hunter, you start with the Varrock Museum. That's a very popular thing to do, because this gives you 1k EXP to Hunter. But it also gives 1k EXP to Slayer, and this would actually not be allowed with our rules, because that would of course get us Slayer levels when we've not started Slayer. So the only way I could start it out was doing the dreadful birds of RuneScape. And as you can see in the pictures, we finally managed to get to level 27 doing all these various bird types. Now what's interesting about level 27 is the fact that we unlock our very first quest, Eagle's Peak. So I went ahead and did this quest. What you're looking at right now is a sped up event of me Ring of Recoiling the level 13 Kebbit that you'd not just normally kill it. But since we can't get any EXP in our combat stats, I thought Ring of Recoil was our best option. In fact, it's our only option. For your information, this took 11 minutes in real time to kill, and it was pretty boring. So this gave us our very first 2 quest points, and we can use the eagles if we want to, but more importantly, we get to hunt ferrets. Now this is important because normally you would actually go and do black salamanders in Canifis. But we can't get to Canifis because we can't do Priest in Peril, since that would also violate our rules. So ferrets are actually pretty good EXP, I found out. With 2 traps I got about 14k an hour, and with 3 traps I got 20k an hour, which I got at level 40 Hunter. So our goal today was to get to level 47, which I did get to, and this means that we actually start moving on to the salamanders a bit later than you normally would. But from here on out, we're going to be doing salamanders until level 80, and at level 80 I'm going to be hunting red chinchompas. I'm not going to do black chinchompas simply because I don't like the idea of splashing, and I also think that it might be a bit troublesome at level 3 combat. I'm not too sure how that would work out, since I've not actually tried it before. Alright, so that's been me for our very first day of Hunter. I look forward to this skill because I feel like it's gonna go a lot quicker than when we did Agility. Let me know in the comment section, how long do you guys think I will take to get 99 Hunter? I'd be pleased to hear. I hope that you're all having a great time on RuneScape. Remember to drop by my clan chat by joining Nolifeclan, not Lord Nolife. You have to join. I have a specific clan account called Nolifeclan. And as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow.